we're looking at this topic of transformations. In the last class, we've seen about start routine. Now today we're going to see something called end routine, which we never had this in 3.x data flow. And this end routine is completely new in PA7. Now what is this end routine? Now, see, when you know the normal data flow, you'll have a data source connected to a queue with the help of what? Transformations. Then to trigger the data through this flow, you would schedule the info package. Then what happens? It extracts data from source and loads into PA7. And then to load data from PA7 to your target, you schedule the standard DTP. And you know, when you run the standard DTP, what all steps does it do? Checking already? I told you, it does perform extraction of data from the source object, then filtering, error handling, then transformations, then to the queue. I think with the DTP topic, I've taught you this. When you schedule the standard DTP, it does perform these 5 steps. Okay? It extracts the data from the source object, then filtering of the data, then error handling, it just checks for any error records we have, then the transformations, then it gets into updating of data into the queue. Till this part is clear. Now within the transformations, where you're doing mapping between source object and target object, for the entire packet, it must execute the start routine, then it executes the individual field level transformations, then it executes the end routine, then it gets on to the next step of updating this. All DTP run చేసినప్పుడు 5 steps ఏది data source object నుంచి data extract చేయడం, filtering, error handling, transformations, updating. మళ్ళీ transformations లోపల దాని మళ్ళీ సీక్వెన్స్ ఉంటుంది. Transformations లోపల ఏంటి? ఫస్ట్ స్టార్ట్ రొటీన్, తర్వాత ఫీల్డ్ లెవెల్ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్మేషన్స్, తర్వాత end routine ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవుతుంది. Once end routine is run, you are done with the transformations, then it gets on to the next step of the updating of data into target. If this point is clear, forget about writing code. But you understand the logic when the end routine is getting executed first. Clear? End routine gets executed after your individual field level transformations. But the start routine gets executed before your field level transformations are executed. That's the main difference. Okay? I think once you know that point, I think the rest all is pretty much same. End routine is executed after individual or nothing but field level transformation. Does this point make sense? End routine is executed once for every data packet. Same like start routine. End routine is also executed once for every packet. Then, now in the start routine, all the data which is coming from source will sit into a internal table called what? Source underscore package. Similar way, after the start routine and after the field level transformations, all the records of the data packet sits into a table called result underscore package. By default, when you go about writing code, it is written with the assumption that all the data of this packet would sit into this table called result underscore package. And once we know the table name, that this is a table where the records sit in, you can start doing anything in the table. You can add new records, you can delete some records, you can modify records, whatever it is you want to get. Okay? And to access the record by record, we have a field symbol here, already defined as result underscore fields. Other day, in the last class, I was explaining about the difference between field symbol and work variables. When you want to access record by record from an internal table, we loop through the table. When looping through, when you put that into a work area, if you modify the record in the work area, you will have to explicitly write a modify statement to modify the record in the table by referring to the record from work area at that particular index or at that particular row. ఇప్పుడు ఇంటర్నల్ టేబుల్ ఉన్న ఫస్ట్ రికార్డ్ నువ్వు వర్క్ ఏరియాలో పెట్టి వర్క్ ఏరియాలో నువ్వు ఏదైనా మాడిఫై చేస్తే మళ్ళీ ఇంటర్నల్ టేబుల్ ఉన్న ఫస్ట్ రికార్డ్ని వర్క్ ఏరియా రికార్డ్ తీసుకుని మాడిఫై అయిన స్టేట్మెంట్ రాయాలి, అప్పుడే నీ టేబుల్లో రికార్డ్ మారుతుంది. అదే ఫీల్డ్ సింబల్ అయితే అలాగేమొస్తుంది. ఫీల్డ్ సింబల్ నువ్వు లూప్ తీసుకున్నావు, ఫస్ట్ టేబుల్ ఉన్న ఫస్ట్ రికార్డ్ని ఫీల్డ్ సింబల్ పెట్టినావు, ఫీల్డ్ సింబల్ మాడిఫై చేస్తే ఆటోమేటిక్ ఇంటర్నల్ టేబుల్ని ఇంటర్నల్ టేబుల్లో డేటా మారిపోతుంది ఆటోమేటిక్. యూ డోంట్ హ్యావ్ టు write an explicit modifier statement to modify the record in the internal table. That's the main difference between using work area and field symbol. This is the latest style of writing code with OOPS concept. I'm saying only what pointers what. And so in the start routine, what is the table name we have? Source underscore package. In the end routine, we won't have result underscore package. Okay, good. This is very important. The structure of internal table. When I say structure means what? A internal table definition. And a internal table A columns ఉంటాయి అనే point. That's what I mean. When I say structure, a internal table A columns ఉంటాయని చెప్పేది structure. The structure of internal table result underscore package is similar to your target object. అర్థమవుతుంది. ఇక్కడే అర్థమైపోయింది మొత్తం డిఫరెన్స్. ఎప్పుడు నా లాజిక్ స్టార్ట్లో రాయాలి, ఎప్పుడు ఎండ్లో అనేది ఈ పాయింట్ డిఫర్ చేస్తున్నారు. ఓకే. అండ్ ఇన్ ద స్టార్ట్ routine you will have source underscore package, and the source underscore package will have similar fields of what? Source object. Source లో ఏం ఫీల్డ్స్ ఉన్నా ఆ ఫీల్డ్స్ ఇంటర్ టేబుల్ క్రియేట్ అవుతుంది. రిజల్ట్ అండర్స్కోర్ ప్యాకేజ్ టార్గెట్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ లో నాకు ఇన్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్ అంటే ఫీల్డ్స్ ఏమున్నాయో ఆ ఫీల్డ్స్ తో ఈ టేబుల్ ఫామ్ అవుతుంది. రిజల్ట్ అండర్స్కోర్ ప్యాకేజ్. Okay, that's very, very important. So then we can use end routine for all data manipulation logics, which has to be executed after, which has to be executed after field level transformations and updating into data relations. Field level transformations tarvata updating into madhyalo call ఉన్నప్పుడు we use what? End routine. Or we can also, when it's a data manipulation, it could be adding new records, modifying existing records, or it could be deleting unwanted data, whatever it is you want to do. But when you want to execute certain logic of data manipulations before updating into cube and after field level transformations, we use end routine. That's the concept. Okay. And to access the record by record in this table, what will say? Loop at result underscore package. Assigning what? What is the field symbol here? Result underscore field. And then end loop. So how many times will this loop run? Depending on number of records in this table, result underscore package. When let's say I've got 5,000 records in this result underscore package, so the loop is going to run for 5,000 times. When the loop is running for the first time, the first record from result package will go and sit into result underscore field. And then you do manipulations in that work in this field symbol. What are the manipulations you do in the field symbol? The corresponding record in the internal table is modified. You don't have to write a modification. Again, when the loop starts, the second record will get assigned to field symbol, do modifications. The third time the loop starts, again third record will get into field symbol and then do modifications. When you want to remove data from the field symbol, we say unassign. If it is work area, we will say when I'm putting record, I'm saying assigning, and when I want to say remove the value from the field symbol, we say unassign. But same thing, if it is work area, you would say what? Into here, and to clear the data in it, we use clear statement. Clear keyword. That's the difference. By now you should get familiarized with the field symbol also. Okay. This is about end routine. Now let me end routine, but I'm not sure whether you do this. I've got some logic here. Okay. And tell me how will you implement this? See, you can go with start. You can use start routine. You can use field transformation, anything you want. Yeah? Now look at this. Look at the requirement. For the billing status, yeah, I've written routine here, right? As what? If it is blank, I'm going to fill this with what? Z. So the incoming records where the billing status is blank, I'm going to fill this with Z. Good. Now, I would like to delete all those records where my billing status is Z. Nothing but it's going to put Z for what records? For where the billing status is blank. Yeah. Where can you implement this one? Got my point? Actually, there is already code written for billing status which says for each incoming record, it checks the billing status. If the incoming record has got the billing status as blank, it's going to put as Z. Now my requirement is I'm supposed to delete out all the records where my billing status is Z. అంటే Z ఉన్న billing status నాకు అవసరమే లేదన్న cube లో. And nothing but where the billing status is blank, I don't need them into the cube at all. Where can you do this? end routine topic lo unnadu kuda end routine. Now I want something better. Okay, you can do this in end routine. I'll go to end routine and say delete result package where my billing status is Z. So it does delete also. Okay. My question is, when you know that you're going to delete all those records where the billing status is Z, nothing of which are blank, why should I unnecessarily process all those records through this start routine and then field level transformation, then delete it first? Why don't I use start routine and say delete source package where billing status is blank? నువ్వేం చేస్తున్నావు? వస్తున్న ఒక్కొక్క ఇన్కమింగ్ రికార్డ్కి బిల్లింగ్ స్టేటస్ బ్లాంక్ అయితే జెడ్ పెడుతున్నావు. నువ్వు ఇప్పుడు ఏమంటున్నావు? ఆ జెడ్ ఫిల్ చేసిన తర్వాత నేను ఎండ్ రొటీన్లోకి వెళ్ళిపోయి జెడ్ ఉండేటువంటి డిలీట్ చేస్తాను. నేనేమంటానంటే నువ్వు జెడ్ ఏ నాలుగు పెడుతున్నావు, బిల్లింగ్ స్టేటస్ బ్లాంక్ ఉంటుంది. దానికి బిల్లింగ్ స్టేటస్ ఎక్కడ నుంచి వస్తుంది? సోర్స్ నుంచి వస్తుంది. స్టార్ట్ అవుట్ అసలు బ్లాంక్ ఉంటే ప్రాసెస్ చేసి జెడ్ పెట్టి డిలీట్ చేసిన దానికంటే బ్లాంక్ నువ్వు లేపితే అయిపోయి కదన్నా అక్కడ పని చేస్తే. ఎస్ నోట్స్. Then why should I waste my time in processing all those records which are blank and then fill Z, then delete it? Because why don't I straight away delete those unwanted records from source package itself? Why should I go to end routine? మీరు end routine ఎత్తారని నేను సినారీ కావాలని చెప్పి స్టార్ట్ routine తెస్తున్నాను. I know. Clear? So నేను కాన్సెప్ట్ కరెక్టే కదా వాట్ ఐమ్ స్పీకింగ్. I'll just straight away go to start routine and say delete source package where my billing status is blank. That is initial అంట. బిల్లింగ్ స్టేటస్ బ్లాంక్ ఉన్నవన్నీ డిలీట్ అయిపోతాయి. బ్లాంక్ ఉన్న జెడ్ పెట్టి డిలీట్ చేసేదానికంటే ముందు బ్లాంక్ ఉన్న డిలీట్ చేస్తే అయిపోయింది. ఆ లాజిక్ అవసరం లేదు, ఎండ్ రొటీన్ అవసరం. సో విత్ దిస్ వెన్ ఐమ్ డిలీటింగ్ దిస్ అన్వాంటెడ్ డేటా ఇన్ మై స్టార్ట్ రొటీన్, ఐఎమ్ రెడ్యూసింగ్ ద నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ రికార్డ్స్ ఆన్ విచ్ మై ట్రాన్స్మిషన్ హెస్ టు గెట్ ఎగ్జిక్యూటెడ్. విల్ ఇట్ స్పీడ్ అప్ మై ప్రాసెస్? అది ఇక్కడ రాకుండా ఎండ్ రొటీన్ రాస్తే ఏంటి? నాకు 1,00,000 రికార్డులు అనుకో, 1,00,000 రికార్డులో 90,000 రికార్డులు బ్లాంక్ ఉన్నాయి అనుకో, 1,00,000 రికార్డులకి ట్రాన్స్మిషన్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవుతుంది. మళ్ళీ ఎండ్ రొటీన్ ఏం చేస్తున్నా? 90,000 రికార్డ్స్ డిలీట్ చేస్తుంది. డస్ ఇట్ మేక్ సెన్స్? You know that 90,000 records are of no use for you, and why should I waste my time in processing them in the transformations? Why don't I delete them in the starter? In fact, not even starter. Why don't I remove those in the DTP filter itself? In the DTP, I have the filter option where I can say billing status not equal to null betters. I can say exclude values from the DTP or not. Info path selections I cannot exclude, but DTP selections I can say exclude. DTP selections లోనే ఎక్స్క్లూడ్ పెడితే అయిపోయి కదన్నా, అంతవరకు కూడా అవసరం లేదు. లోడ్ చేసి బిల్డ్ చేయడానికి కాన్సెప్ట్ ఏముంది? సో ఎండ్ రొటీన్ అవసరం లేదు. ఓకేనా? సో అంటే నీకు ఎండ్ రొటీన్ అర్థం కాలేదు కాన్సెప్ట్. ఓకే, నెక్స్ట్ నా రిక్వైరిటీలో ఉన్నాను. రీజన్ ఉంది. నా యూ గోట్ క్యాలిక్యులేట్ దిస్ రీజన్ ఫ్రమ్ వేర్? ఫ్రమ్ వాట్? ఫ్రమ్ రీడ్ మాస్టర్ డేటాబేస్. నాకేంటంటే once I read the region from customer master, if I see the region is US, I want to delete the records. I don't want to process that record further. Etla malli లేదు. What I see in this case, I can just go with normal routine. Okay, I can go with normal routine. Okay, normal routine lo ellesi I'll just say I'll pick some internal table in the start routine, perform a lookup, read the internal table and see what is the region. If I suppose 0, if the region is US certificate, so skip a record, raise the exception, CX RS out, skip record ante raise the exception istananu, then that record will be skipped, it will not be processed at all. Instead of using read master data, what I do is in the start routine I'll just fill the data of my customer master into one internal table. In the field level transformation, I will read data from internal table, put it to work area for my corresponding customer, and then check if the work area contains my region as US. Then I will say raise this exception to which will skip what record. That record is not processed. End routine. You understand this requirement? End routine also. So you should see, if I raise this exception of skip record, it will skip only that record. If I raise this exception CX RS out abort, it will skip the complete packet itself. Okay, fine. So ఇప్పుడు నాకు ఎండ్ రొటీన్ అవసరం లేదు అయినా కూడా. అప్పుడు నేను ప్యాకెట్ డిలీట్ చేయాలన్నా స్కిప్ రికార్డ్ అంటాయి. ఇప్పుడు ఇస్ యూఎస్ స్కిప్ రికార్డ్. సో ఆల్ ద వన్స్ విచ్ ఆర్ యూఎస్ విల్ నాట్ బి ద రికార్డ్స్ వేర్ ద రీజన్ ఇస్ యూఎస్ విల్ నాట్ బి ప్రాసెస్డ్ అట. ఓకే బస్ ఫైన్. అంటే దీనికి ఎండ్ రొటీన్ అవసరం లేదు. అండర్స్టూడ్ అప్పుడు యూ అండర్స్టూడ్ దిస్. దేర్ ఇస్ నో పాయింట్ ఇన్ రైటింగ్ ఎండ్ రొటీన్ హియర్ ఆల్సో. నా రిక్వైర్మెంట్ ఇలా ఉంది. I would like to delete all those records. I would like to delete all those records where my region is US, okay, and my billing status is Z. అది ఎందుకనేది తెలియదు కదా మనకి. We don't know what is business like, but that is my logic what I want to explain. బిల్లింగ్ స్టేటస్ Z అయి ఉంది, నా కస్టమర్ రీజన్ US అయితే ఆ రికార్డ్ డిలీట్ అయిపోలేదు నాకు. How will you, where do you write this? ఈ రొటీన్స్ వచ్చి ఫీల్డ్ లెవెల్ ఇది ఫస్ట్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవుతుంది, తర్వాత ఇది ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవుతుంది. లేదు ఇది ఫస్ట్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అయితే మనకు కంట్రోల్ లేదు. ఆ ఫీల్డ్ లెవెల్ రొటీన్స్లో ఏది ఫస్ట్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవుతుందని ఇది లాజిక్ లేదు. అంటే ఈ బిల్డింగ్ స్టేటస్ రొటీన్ ఈ లాజిక్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అయిన తర్వాత నా లాజిక్ రన్ కావాలి. అవునా? ఫస్ట్ అంటే నువ్వు బ్లాంక్ జెడ్ పెడుతున్నావు కాబట్టి ఇక్కడ దీంట్లో బ్లాంక్ రీజన్ వేషన్ ఇక్కడ డిలీట్ చేయొచ్చు. లెట్స్ సే దేర్ సమ్ లాజిక్ ఆఫ్ డిటర్మినింగ్ జెడ్. నాకేమంటే ఎప్పుడైతే బిల్లింగ్ స్టేటస్ జెడ్ అయ్యి కస్టమర్ రీజన్ యూఎస్ అయితే ఆ రికార్డ్ డిలీట్ అయిపోతుంది. సో ఇప్పుడు నేను రీజన్ లాజిక్లోకి వెళ్ళి ఫెస్ట్ ఇఫ్ ద స్టేటస్ ఇస్ జెడ్ అని అనుకో, ఆ జెడ్ ఉండదు, ఎందుకంటే బ్లాంక్ ఉంటుంది. ఎందుకంటే దట్ ఇస్ నాట్ దిస్ రొటీన్. అది ఫస్ట్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవుతుందా, ఇది ఫస్ట్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవుతుందా నీకు తెలియదు. Once both these routines are executed, then I would like to perform my logic before updating into bookkeeping. So that's where I can use my end routine. Okay, ఇంకోటి నువ్వు నాకు క్వశ్చన్ ఏమంటే స్టార్ట్ రొటీన్లోనే రీజన్ యూఎస్ డిలీట్ చేసి నేనేమంటానంటే నువ్వు జెడ్ పెట్టిన తర్వాత రీజన్ యూఎస్ క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేసి డిలీట్ చేసి ఏముంది ఇన్ స్టార్ట్ రొటీన్ వై డోంట్ ఐ సే డిలీట్ సోర్స్ ప్యాకేజ్ వేర్ బిల్లింగ్ స్టేటస్ ఇస్ బ్లాంక్ అండ్ రీజన్ ఈక్వల్ టు యూఎస్ అనొచ్చు. ఏమో ఏదంటాను స్టార్ట్ రొటీన్ రీజన్ లేదు అంటే ఇంకా కొద్దిగా నీట్గా చెప్పు. షీ సేయింగ్ I don't have this region field in the source object, right? Because my start routine uses a table called source underscore package which will have only the field of what? Source object. Now source object region లేదు అంటే నేను source package అనే టేబుల్ చూస్తే region అనే కాలం ఉండదు. So when there is no column called region, how can you do delete on that column values? Can if you look at my target object, it has got region. Now when I go to my end routine, I'll have something called result underscore package which is similar to structure of what? The target structure. So that will have region column now. So I can perform deletion on the region only on the end routine which is using a table called result underscore package which is similar to your target structure, not the source. ఇప్పుడు నీకు క్లారిటీ రావాలి. ఎండ్ రొటీన్ ఎందుకు రాయలేకపోతున్నా స్టార్ట్లో, ఎందుకు నేను ఎండ్ రొటీన్ వాడుతున్నాను కాన్సెప్ట్ పడుతుంది. కాన్సెప్ట్ పెద్ద కట్ అయింది. ఓకే ఇంకోసం ఒక్క నిమిషం. ఆ రీజన్ యూఎస్లో అవి ఉన్నాయి, వేరే ఏమైనా చూస్తున్నాయి చేసుకోండి. కాన్సెప్ట్ పెడతాను. నువ్వు లాజిక్ చెప్పి కోడ్ రాయమంటే రాష్ట్రం కొల్లకుంటాను. నువ్వు చెప్పలేదు స్టార్టర్ రాయాలా ఎందుకు రాయాలి చెప్పలేదు చాలు. ఓకే, వాట్స్ దిస్ రీజన్? సారీ ఇట్స్ నాట్ యూఎస్ అలా లేదు. ఓకే బట్ ఐ యూజ్ దిస్. ఓకే ఇది వాడతాను. ఓకే I'll go and implement this. End routine lo I'll say what delete sorry result underscore package where I want to know the field name for billing. Go top. Is it billing status? Where billing status is equal to Z. And what is field name for region? Our skip record unless you okay. So will you solve my purpose? Okay, now? So delete this. It will just delete all the unwanted data from this table which is satisfying this criteria. Syntax check. It's not about just deleting. Once you have the data in the result package, you can modify the records, you can delete the records, you can add some more records depending on your logic. I'll tell you one field where you try to modify the value. After this being deleted, I should not find any record where the region is okay. నిజంగా నువ్వు స్టార్ట్ బాగా అర్థం చేసుకుంటే ట్రాన్స్ఫర్స్ లో ముందు దాని మీదే బేస్ అనిపిస్తుంది కొత్తదే చెప్పేది నేను కదా I have illegal region. Start routine. Now each packet now. In each packet process first extraction is done, then error handling, there is no filtering here. Then what? Transformation, then updating. Now within transformation, first what? Transformation start routine, individual rules, then what? End routine. Okay, sequence. Okay. I Actually, some records been missing out. Do you see anything with the reason okay here? You might, because if that is okay does not belong to Z, then you might still have it. No, okay, what will there? Okay, Z do not, but that they don't belong to okay. If you want to debug that routine, then what will do? Required program. Breakpoint. So it's coming for first packet. In first packet, the result package has got how many records? 400 records. Now let me just execute. Let's see if there's something deleted in it. Some 4 records were deleted of this count. Like this, that is it. So this is about debug the end routine. Don't go with some. Let's say we had this kind of requirement in the real. They have this requirement. Source object and let's say target object. Okay. In target object, I've got compliance factor 1, compliance 2, compliance 3, compliance 4. 4 names. Okay. Then I've got something called overall compliance. Then I've got something called overall compliance field. I don't know what we have. We are not worried about what is there in the source, what is there in the target. Rest all is direct mapping, but all these compliance are being calculated with routines. So where each of the routine will result either, if it is complete, it will return yes. If it is not complete, it will return no. అంత లాజిక్ చెక్ చేస్తున్నాం. మొత్తం ఏదేదో లాజిక్ చెక్ చేసుకుని ఫర్ రిజల్ట్ దిస్ విల్ రిటర్న్ either saying returning yes indicating it is compliance, and if it is no indicating what non-compliance. Okay. నాకేమంటే for each record, if all these 4 compliances are compliant, then I'll say the overall compliance is yes. If at least one of these compliances is no, then the overall compliance will be no. ఏ ఒక్కటి no ఉన్నా no ఉన్నా అన్ని ఎస్ ఉంటే ఎస్ అన్న ఓవరాల్ అంటే. సో దిస్ ఫీల్డ్ హ్యాస్ టు బి క్యాలిక్యులేటెడ్ బేస్డ్ ఆన్ వాట్, బేస్డ్ ఆన్ దీస్ 4 compliances, and these 4 compliances are calculated in the field level transformations. అంత లాజిక్ ఏదో లాజిక్ చెక్ చేస్తుంది. రిజల్ట్ ఎస్ నో ఇస్తా అంటున్నారు. ఏది ఈ 4 ఫీల్డ్స్. సో ఆల్ దీస్ 4 complaints will get yes indicating it is complaint, no indicating what non-complaint. When all these 4 complaints are complaints, then I can say oral complaint is yes. If at least one of these is non-complaint, then I would say oral complaint is no. అప్పుడు దీని ఫిల్లింగ్ ఎక్కడ రాసుకోవాలి లాజిక్? Yes or no? Because I want logic for this field to be executed after after all this field level transformations, then I want my logic to get executed. That was a straightaway scenario where we used end routine in the real time. So now what will be your code? Loop. How will you modify this? Result underscore package. Underscore. End loop. Okay. So what will be my logic with this? This record will come into this field symbol. I will refer to the field from the field. COMPL-1 is equal to no reverse word. I said the equals a combination or just the dot. Then ఏ ఒక్కటి నో ఉన్నా అన్నట్టు. If this condition is satisfied, I'll say result underscore fields. ఆ field and let's say overall అని ఉంది. Overall is equal to no. Else yes, good. Should end this condition. Just as soon as I modify the entry in the field symbol, it does automatically the case into table. I don't have to write any modify statement. Field symbol value marks all automatic table modify. సో ఏ ఒక్కటి నో అయినా ఇది ఇక్కడికి వస్తుంది. కరెక్ట్ అండ్ లాజిక్. ఇది నో అనుకో, ఇది ఎస్ సాటిస్ఫై కాదు, ఇది నో అనుకో, అప్పుడు ఏమైతే వస్తుంది కదా, అంతలే వస్తుంది. సో మొత్తం అన్ని ఫెయిల్ అయినప్పుడే ఇట్ గెట్స్ ఇన్ టు దిస్. సో దిస్ ఇస్ హౌ, అంటే ఇది ఒక చిన్న రిక్వైర్మెంట్ విచ్ వీ హ్యాడ్ ఇట్. అంటే వీ కెన్ రైట్ కోడ్ ఇన్ సంథింగ్ లైక్ దిస్. ఇన్ దిస్ కేస్ ఆర్ modifying the record? Yes. In the previous example, you've seen about deleting records. You can also go about appending also. But rare case, you will find it appending. Mostly, you will have it as modifying or deleting it. Now, you know how to modify the entries here, and you know how to delete the entries.
If I have the other records,
okay, 1000 fields. Means you are saying you got 1100 fields, 1001 fields. Based on the value of 1000 fields, you have to determine the value for one field. అంతేనా? రాయాలి. 1000 రాయని సిస్టమ్ కట్టంగా పని చేయాలి, రాయాల్సి. పెద్ద కోడ్ అయితే రాయకూడదు, రాయాల్సింది. ఓకే. So understood this. This could be another. If they ask you what was the requirement of end routine, you can use this logic or the one which we example చెప్పేదే రియల్ టైమ్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ అన్నట్టు. మళ్ళీ కాన్సెప్ట్ రియల్ టైమ్ కాన్సెప్ట్ ఏం లేదు. Fine, okay. Next we'll get on to something called, okay, no, you feeling it heavy or it's okay? Mundu batch, batch 4, you feeling it heavy? Yes, ante, no problem. Heavy ane manam cheyalemu. Next, there's something called expert routine. Okay? If you're really strong in start and end routine, this should be very simple. This is only just taking data from one table and putting it in another table. That is null goods. Now, we use expert routine when you want to implement some complex logics. Now, what is it treated as complex logic here? Now, look at this. Say, first let's go through expert, then we'll go with scenario for a second. We use expert routine to implement complex. We use expert routine to implement complex logics. And when you're implementing expert routine, we use two internal tables. One is source package and one is result package, both. Source package structure will be similar to source object. Result package structure will be similar to target object. Okay? The ultimate logic here is all the data what is coming from source will fit into source underscore package, and result underscore package will be blank. You take the record from source package, manipulate whatever you want, and put the record into result package. And what are the records you put into result package that gets updated to my queue, not to the target in the concept. Now, end routine, when you go about implementing end routine, you will have two tables, source package and result package. All the records which is being processed from the source would come on packet by packet. It comes and sits into source package. Refer to the records from source package, manipulate whatever you want, and append the records back to result package. And the records what is been updated to result package will get into the queue, or will get into the target, the task. Okay. So since these are the internal tables, to access them, you need to have field symbol or work area. What they have done is here. For source package, you will have the field symbol, source underscore fields. But for result, to access this target table, we'll have target work area. This is the work area. When you go for writing export routine, the result underscore field is not a field symbol, it's a work area. So generally what you do is, from the source package, you assign that to what? Source field. From source field, you put the record into result field. From result field, you will append the record into result package. Flow. Source package is an internal table. First, you'll access the record from source package, put into your field symbol. From this field symbol, you put into outboard work area, which is what? Result underscore field. From this result underscore field work area, you put the record into internal table. Result underscore field. That's the logic. That's the model depends on scenario. Concept is it is important. When we implement export routine, we cannot use start routine or end routine or individual transformation. Nothing is allowed. When it, no, we cannot. Sorry. Sorry. When you implement export routine, you will not be able to use start routine, end routine, field level transfer. Nothing is possible. Only one program. That is. Only one routine. You try to refer to the source data, manipulate all the fields for this target with only one code or with one program. You're not going to have any start routine, end routine, no individual transfer, nothing is allowed here. Clear on this? So now when do we go for, forget about it. So when do we go for this kind of export routine? Okay. First example could be, in pre-context, we had something on written table where it's splitting one record to multiple records. Someone was asking me, where is this written table option? We don't have the written table checkbox in 7. You can implement the concept of written table, which is splitting one record to multiple records by using export routine. And the same logic of splitting one record to multiple records can be implemented by using export routine. Other requirement, okay? One more requirement where you can go using export routine. Let's say I have some 5 source fields, okay, and I've got some, let's say 50 target info objects in the queue, okay? And almost only 5 I'm doing direct mapping, remaining all 45 I'm filling with routines. I'm filling with what? Routines. Let's say It's not a complex routine. It's all with reading some master data and filling it. Let's say all 45, I am filling with lookup to some customer master. Will you have all 45 with what? Read master data, or you can have some routine looking up to do something, right? So if you write a normal routine, what you do in the start routine, you fill all the required data in the internal table. In all these 45 field level transformations, you will perform a read statement to that internal table and fill that respective field from the work area. Okay? Right. In this 40, because you're going to fill all this 45 for the same customer master only. Yeah? But how many times I am reading from internal table? For each record, 45 times I am reading. I am reading the same record, but what is the value I read for first field, I will not have the same entry in field 2. Again, I will read it back. Suppose I am executing routine for field 1. I execute the read statement. I will read the customer relevant master and put it to work area. That work area will be available only to that routine only. Then when I get to next routine, again I have to perform read. How many times will I perform read now? 45 times. Instead of writing 45 simple individual routines, let me write single routine which says read customer master internal table into work area where this customer is matching this. From this work area, assign all this result fields. In this case, how many times am I doing read? Only once. Atla, when you want to implement some complex logic where you're doing routines for most of the target informatics, then it's better going with the expert routine rather than field level routines where you execute repeatedly, same coding repeatedly. That is where I can use expert routine. These are two scenarios you can think of: splitting of records and complex logics where you're trying to fill most of the target informatics with the routines. Then you can look at using expert routine. Okay. The way you go about implementing it, simple. Look at this. You will know various routines. I told you this export will have two things, source package and result package. Initially when the code starts, the result package is blank and all the data coming from source will be which table? Source package. You got to refer to the record from source package, modify it whatever you want and then put that into target table result package. And whatever records you update into target table result package, that gets into my, look at what I'm doing. Loop at source package, assigning source underscore fields. What will happen? Let's say my source package has got 5 records, or let's say 2 records. How many times will this loop run? 2 records. Let's say my source package table has got 2 records. So how many times will this loop run? Loop at source package, assigning source fields and end loop. So within this loop will run for 2 times because of 2 records in my source package. Let's say the first time the loop runs, loop at source package assigning this, the first record from this table will go and sit into what? Source fields. Then what I am doing? Move corresponding fields from source fields to result fields. What will happen? What are the first record I have in my field symbol? I am moving it to work area called what? Results fields. Okay. Then I am saying append the data from result fields to what? Result package. అంటే అట్లా కోరిక నువ్వు మధ్యలో రిజల్ట్ ఫీల్డ్ లో డేటా ఏం మార్చో సంబంధం లేదు మనకి యూ డూ వాట్ ఎవర్ యాజ్ పర్ యూర్ రిక్వైర్మెంట్ data was record. Next time when the loop runs for second time, the second record will go into work area. Then because of this state move corresponding, the second record from this work area will move into what? Result underscore fields. Then because of this update statement, the second record is updated to my result package. Atla anni records result package like వచ్చేస్తాయి. Ultimate మొత్తం loop అంతా అయిపోయినాక what are the records which are left out in this table result underscore package that gets updated to my target. This is the logic of expert routine. పెద్ద కాంప్లెక్స్ నువ్వు టేబుల్ తిప్పే తెలిసి పెద్ద కథేం కాదు. టేబుల్ తిప్పుతాను ముందు లూప్ ఇవాళ అండర్స్టాండ్ లూపింగ్ కాన్సెప్ట్ అంతే. ఓకే. So to better understand this, here main scenario you can think about splitting of records. Okay. Scenario you can think of complex logic when you want to implement through the transformations. Splitting of records models will go. See, from source package we move into source field. From source fields we move to what? Result field. From result fields we put that into what? The result package. Remember we had the concept of region, weak demands. The same law, same scenario, we'll try to implement, split that with expert routine. So the same metal region, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. I have got data source. I'll come back. Let me create a queue. I'm creating a queue. It's got what, week, material, region, and then my key quantity. Same, similar good to because I don't waste time in creating those info objects, all this, and data source. I'm going to use some ready-made data. I've got a queue, and I'm going to create transformations now. Okay, flat file. See, my data source has got this material region, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. These are the fields of source. But my target has got week and quantity, so I must split those records. Then I'll say edit, I'll say what? Export routine. Do you want delete transformation so and replace it with an export routine? Say what? Yes. So, back see? As soon as my export routine has been implemented, you don't have a chance of creating start routine, no chance of creating end routine, no chance of going with field level transfer, rule there. So when you have export routine, you cannot have field level transformations, you cannot have start routine, you cannot have export. It's the same for the single program which it does not. Look at the code, what I'm the same code. You're calling your function date get week with the current date should get you getting what the current week. I need to clear that week. So you get the current week. Then I'm loop at source package assigning what source fields. Then when I say clear this, what does it mean? I'm just clearing the work area. Then what I'm doing? I'm just filling that work area. Work area, the target material is equal to what? The same material from the source. The target structure of region is equal to the same region what is coming from source. But the source field, if region is US, then my week will be current week plus 1. If it is not US, then it will be current week of result field equal to what? The same week. Yeah? then the quantity I'm assigning this quantity with what? Week 1 quantity, and then each piece. And then I'm saying append result fields to what? Result package. First record is formulated. Next, for second record again, I'm clearing the structure, formulating this again next record. To material, region is assigned from source. For weeks, I'm putting it from the current week place 2, and quantity getting the week to field. And then append this record from the result field to result package. Same way for third record and formulating what? And fourth record. You're done. And then I'm ending loop. Okay? You'll understand better when I'm debugging it. Then the DDB. DDB type where it is. Oh, remote but take for So another still going on. See, in the transformation it is executing what? Cal week not possible because we are getting that problem. Until how to debug this. So insert a breakpoint, then manage, set debug. So now you'll have the two records coming from source in the source package. Look at with what fields? These are the source field names. Now let me say, before I assign, let me see this field symbol. Okay, as soon as I say F5, the field symbol will get what? The first record. Yes. Now your result underscore fields work area. It is blank now. Yeah? We don't assign all 1, 2, peak, everything gets assigned, quantity. No append now. No result underscore fields. As well form P10, all this is been formulated, and you said append is executed. So if you see this table result package, you must see one record. P10, US, week so and so, quantity and year. Like this, I'm going to formulate multiple records. Second record వచ్చింది. Third record. Fourth record. Fourth record అంటే నా లూప్ అయిపోయింది. మళ్ళీ లూప్ తిరుగుతుంది అంటే నెక్స్ట్ రికార్డ్ అన్నమాట. What is this table? Result package అన్ని రికార్డ్స్ పెడతా ఉన్నాం, అప్డేట్ చేస్తా ఉన్నాం. Fifth record, sixth. No, it will come out of this loop. Like this, you just refer the record from source package. You will assign into source field. From source fields, you map it data into the result underscore fields. From that work area, you append back to result package. Like this, in this scenario, I was splitting one record to multiple. These are cases where you use expert routine. I don't mind because that's weeks are not valid. It is showing here. I'm okay. Clear this. Then if you remember in 3.x, yeah, we had in the update rules we had something like mapping of characteristics was specific to mapping of key fields, where we implement the logic of employee, manager, all this. For the same, we have something new in 7. The next topic, we have something called multiple rule groups. Within single transformation, we can have multiple sets of mappings. That's what it is. So I have source object and I have target object. I'm going to map these two with the help of transformations. Within this single transformation, I can have multiple sets of mapping. Suppose if each set of mapping is called as one rule group. Suppose if I do two sets of mappings, when I run the DDT, it extracts data from source and loads it to the target twice. It will process the data twice, once with rule group 1, once with rule group 2. That is what multiple rule groups is. Look at this. Within single transformation, we can have multiple sets of mapping, and each set of mapping will be referred as rule group. Records are processed for each rule group once. If I load 4 records and so I got 2 sets of mappings, it will load 8 records to make it. 4 records processed with rule group 1, 4 records, the same 4 records again processed with rule group 2 also. Okay, transformation load 2 sets of mapping better. And basically when do we use this? When you want to map data from multiple fields to single info. Let's say in the source I've got manager and employee, but in the field I've got only employee. I want to feed employee to employee, manager also to employee. In this case, I will go with this. In rule group 1, I'll say employee to employee mapping. In rule group 2, I'll say manager to employee mapping. So when you load records, these records are processed once with rule group 1 and once with rule group 2. Okay. The best example is the same employee and manager scenario question. We'll see the scenario. PC మళ్ళీ అదే బిల్ చేస్తారు. Even the same logic, employee 20% of the revenues for your manager. Okay, like you will keep create transformations, data source is this. So now look at this, employee is mapped employee, and I would like to map revenue to revenue. Okay, this is, I'll say rule group standard. I want one more set of mapping where I say manager to employee and 20% of revenue to amount. From this, I'll say what? No rule group. I'll say this rule group as manager. So I have standard which says this mapping. Now I am in what group now? Manager. Let me delete this. But the standard still has got that mapping. Now I'm into what? Manager. Now what do you want to map? Manager to employee. And what is the logic of your amount? 20% of your revenue. Okay. Also what? Protein. Now if you see standard rule group, employee to employee, amount to amount. If you see manager rule group, manager to employee and 20% of amount. So like this, in the single transmission, we build multiple rule groups first. And when I load this data, it does load the same data. It will process the same data twice, once with rule group 1, once with rule group 2. Extraction, filtering, error handling, transmission, two times process. The 4 records will process once with rule group 1, once with rule group 2, and update those 8 records to my queue.
When will be processed?
Standard. First general game someone you don't really have to really worry on the priority here. There is multiple fields in single information no data mapping there. Source లో multiple fields సంబంధించిన డేటా ఒకే ఇన్ఫర్మేటివ్ పోవాలన్నప్పుడు I'll run this. You actually loaded 4 records, but now you see what? 6 records. 4 are processed with normal, and the rest 2 were processed with the next rule group. I think now we should get this one. The same body could achieve with. Actually, in 3 context, we are splitting amounts into 2 key periods, but here, because of the rule groups, I can map it to single key period. 3 context in the revenue of manager, revenue of employee, very easy, add this something. We are combining that in the reporting, but here I could put it into same key periods. Like this, for each rule group, I can have different sets of mappings. So basically, when you want to have the mapping saying, when the mapping of characteristic is specific to keyword mappings, then you can set that with multiple rule groups. Self-join loops ఉన్నప్పుడు నా main data. Enna undu. Suppose you have three fields, like say field 1, field 2, field 3, all have to feed single alphabet. I'll say stand group 1, field 1 to alphabet 1. Then rule group 2, field 2 to alphabet 1. Rule group 3, field 3 to alphabet 1. And we'll load this to fill out 4 records. 4 records will be processed with rule group 1, where it will be feeding field 1 to alphabet 1. Then process the same 4 records with rule group 2, where we process the field 2 to alphabet 1. Again, we process the same 4 records again with rule group 3, where we process the value of field 3 to alphabet 1. How many 12 records or so cube? 4 records ni 3 సార్లు ప్రాసెస్ చేశారు ట్రాన్స్ఫర్మేషన్స్. And what are the records here? They are processed once for every rule group. So with this, we are almost done with the transformations. Now how to debugging is this. You can debug it from this processing mode, or you can go with the debugging from the simulation mode like this. This point here, that's again we only this. For each data, when you run your DTP, for each data point does, because it does process data parallel with each packet. So what is step? Extraction, filtering, error handling, transformations, and updating. Right? Within transformations, start routine, into the transformation, end routine, or what? Export. One unit is undu, this unit avan undu. This is what transformations. We are done. So we are done with transfer rules, update rules, and transformations. How it goes on in 7. Okay. So as part of next topic, okay, you are supposed to deal with something called data marts, where you learn about a concept called ODS. Now, if you see the target called cube is what? Additive. Let's say you load 100 records. If you load same 100 records, what happens? It goes in override or add up? Adds up. But there's another target we have in BW, which is ODS, which will override your database. So you need to understand what is ODS, how do we load data from a different source into ODS, how does that override functionality work in ODS, and from ODS, how will I load into the next level cube in 3 context as well as 7 data modes. Okay. So Saturday and Sunday we'll be concentrating on that. Okay? Basically, there is a person who is expert explicitly on the topic, data mode. Flexibility, because even for your previous batch, he is the one who deals with the topic mainly. So he will take this Saturday and Sunday weekend, he covers this topic completely about what is ODS, how to create ODS, how to load data from source to ODS, how does override function work in ODS, how to delete data in ODS, how to do data mart from ODS to cube with 7 and 3.x. Once we are done with this topic in the weekend, from Monday we can start up with data extractions. Means I want to touch one topic about hierarchical loading. Means you've been loading market attributes, text, and transaction data, but how do we load hierarchies? We'll have to see on Monday. Then from Tuesday we should start up with the extract. So tomorrow, what timing you would sit? Today's Friday. So what timing you're comfortable tomorrow? 9 to 11:30 or what is it? Morning? Okay, same 7, we'll continue. Because if you come in the morning 7, you can only have class till 8:30 only, because there is another, they use this class. That's the problem. How many of you are there from batch 4? Can you just? Batch 4. Hardly, yeah, I can also use that room also. So what do you say? We'd wear walls wear. So batch 4 you will have it on the ODS course. Batch 3 you will have it on the support project. That class is sufficient at 9 o'clock. So can you do one thing? Can you come tomorrow on 7 itself? 7 to 8:30 you'll touch on ODS, how to create, how to load, and Sunday you can expand more on the data mart. But anyhow, in these 2 days you have to complete that topic. Then next week, then full we can get on to other extraction mechanisms. And make 9 o'clock a support project. Okay, that's fine.